Is Trump about to send crypto to the moon in 18 days? 18 days away from the inauguration of President Trump. Now, I'm about to share with you again is my opinion, my own logic, my own research, and my stoicism in being non-emotional and not married to these markets. One thing we need to understand at a deep level is that everything is flipped like that. 2023 was the turning point when BlackRock went from Bitcoin is used for money laundering to a flight to quality. Larry Fink, the largest asset manager in the world, said that it is now a flight to quality. They announced a Bitcoin ETF, and that changed the whole tone and narrative during the presidential campaign. And then Trump flipped his narrative. He was not a fan of crypto, but his sons are, and they converted him, or, which we're going to break down the logic, or they all know something we don't know. So then he became heavy pro-crypto, was at the Bitcoin conference with Cynthia Lummis and RFK. RFK holds most of his wealth in Bitcoin. He said that. JD Vance has about $500,000 in cryptocurrency. Trump has his own DeFi platform, and he says it's going to make America the pro-crypto capital of the world. Now, here's what you need to pay attention to. Take your emotions out and think logic. If he makes America the crypto capital of the world and truly does this Bitcoin treasury, all other countries are going to have FOMO. Fear of missing out. And if I was a betting man, I'm betting a lot on this, a safe bet, is it's a 99% chance, in my opinion, that they're going to pull the Bitcoin underneath the treasury. And all other countries are going to rush to start accumulating Bitcoin. And the very thing they told you to run from as fast as you could is now going to become the new digital gold. Remember Jerome Powell just saying that Bitcoin's not a competition for the dollar. It's a competition for gold. And is it weird and ironic that Bitcoin was created in 2009 when Brazil, Russia, India, and China and South Africa worked to de-dollarize because America got caught with their no swim trunks on when the tide went out with the American monetary system and the housing collapse? They were like, yo, who's monitoring the system over there? We're gonna work to de-dollarize. And then all of a sudden, Bitcoin's inception at the exact same time. Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know who it is. Now here's where we put our logical hat on and non-emotion. And get out of the tribalism. It doesn't work. That's how they get you. Divide and conquer, and now it's divide and conquer in crypto. They're just currencies. They're just technologies. Don't get married to them. So we have the Satoshi Nakamoto person, who is the largest holder of Bitcoin. Number 2 is BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world. It was tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2008 and 2020 to balance out of markets. That's Larry Fink, who's on the Board of Trustees for the World Economic Forum. And the Board of Trustees' mission is to move the World Economic Forum's missions forward. Number 3 is MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor. And Michael Saylor is on an all-out tear in buying Bitcoin. Oh yeah, BlackRock is one of the top 3 holders, along with Vanguard, in MicroStrategies. So they're not only the number 1 holder in the Bitcoin ETF, but they also have a backdoor by being one of the top holders in MicroStrategies. Next is Grayscale, another large asset manager. And the 5th richest person in Bitcoin, or country, is America. So the top 4 besides Satoshi are all American companies. America, Grayscale, MicroStrategies, and BlackRock. So they either know who created it, which logically, I run multiple companies. If someone came to me and was like, let's go all in on this, I'd be like, I don't know who created it. I don't know about that. That was my narrative up until July, when BlackRock finally got into it. We're actually creating a Bitcoin treasury for our company and an XRP treasury. We're going to be storing our profits in crypto. But all of a sudden, my logic kicked in. The largest asset manager in the world, who has access to MicroStrategies through the back door before they said Bitcoin's a flight to quality, is now going all in on Bitcoin. MicroStrategies is going all in on Bitcoin. And you're the top 3 holders is BlackRock of MicroStrategies. You don't think there's conversations going on behind the scenes? Like, what are you doing, Michael Saylor? You're borrowing, buying, you're raising more stock sales to buy more Bitcoin? Of course those conversations are happening. And you got Grayscale and then America's in the top 4. But we don't know who Satoshi is. Either they don't know, or they do know, or you can't beat them, join them. So I bet a little bit of my family's money on it. Here's exactly what I've done. I hold Bitcoin and I buy it every single day. I dollar cost average into Bitcoin and XRP every day. That's what I do. I don't chase highs, I don't chase lows. If it comes collapsing down, I buy more. I accumulated as much as I could in the bear market, 2022 to 2024. I own many other cryptocurrencies that I believe are going to be here after regulation comes. My Bitcoin, I'm holding forever. It's like a store of value like gold. I got 2 bank on myself, and I'll explain this. Bitcoin is going to be my future bank for my family and my ecosystem. If Bitcoin continues to go like this, which it will, especially if they pull it underneath the treasury, we're only going to mine it for another 116 years. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, and 94% of the supply is gone already. So if countries start buying it up, guess what? They're going to have to pry it out of your hands, so it's going to get more valuable every single minute of the day. So now I hold this asset that's going to continue to go up in my lifetime and probably my kids' lifetime and my grandkids' lifetime. And guess what? It's like a piggy bank. I can borrow against it tax-free. Why would I ever sell my Bitcoin? So when I want to buy a home in the future, I can go to my Bitcoin bank. And on the other side, I exit 50% of all my other coins during the bull market. I don't just watch things go up and go down. I hold 50% forever. That's my legacy. That's the retirement. I'll leverage those as well. But the only reason I exit is because I like to be diversified. I don't think you should be all in on one asset class. It's dangerous. So I pull it down the risk pyramid, and then I use cash value life insurance. So when we go into the heavy bull market, I'll exit on the way up. I don't try to catch a top. I pull on targets on the way up. I pull it down the risk pyramid. I max fund my cash value life insurance policy. I have 2 policies that need to be max funded. I have many policies. I have 2 more that need to be max funded. I'll max fund those. Those buckets are full. So now I got 2 banks. I got my Bitcoin bank and I got my insurance bank. So when my family needs money, we go to the bank of JV. We borrow against ourselves and we pay ourselves back. Then when there's overflow money from the assets that I took out from the bull market, which is, we're in it right now. I hit my first target on XRP at $2.70. But that's not saying you should exit then. I was been accumulating since 17 cents, so it made sense to exit some. Then I'm going to buy more silver. I'm going to buy more real estate. And I don't buy Lambos and big houses and fancy shit until my family is fully secured. So what I'm creating is using this cash that I take out, putting it into ETF dividend strategies so that I can create cash flow. And with the cash flow, I'm de-risking back into Bitcoin and XRP. And I'm just going to keep this cycle going. So I'll have my bank over here, Bitcoin bank. I'll have my insurance bank. I'll have my cash generating assets. We'll get some real estate for tax liabilities. My family will be taken care of. All our debts and non-negotiables. And all the earned income can go back into the markets and I can play these cycles. We got 6 years. You're early in the long term. It's a little hypey and short in the short term because we're in the bull run. Bull run number 1 is education. Get your bumps and bruises. There is no get rich quick. Bull run number 2 is wealth, 2028 to 2030. A bull run number 3, you should be on your way to generational wealth, your Rockefeller waterfall system, getting your family set up for generation to generation. So 18 days, I think crypto is going to start going straight up. Just my opinion. And I'm prepared, non-emotional, God, family, protect my ecosystem at all costs, and I stay out of other man and woman's business, and I live a peaceful life. Love you guys. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Love you.